Hi folks, so in this video what we're going to do is we're going to show you two ways how to draw a hexagon. A hexagon is a six-sided figure that comes under the topic of polygons in junior cert graphics. So for a hexagon, what we're going to do is I've got a base length here, okay? It's roughly, I'm just going to check there, it's 46 millimeters roughly, okay? So I have a base length of 46 millimeters. Length doesn't really matter as long as you have it. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off by doing an angle at 60 degrees, okay? So from one edge of your base, I'm going to do a line at 60 degrees like this. Then I'm going to take my set square and do 60 degrees in the opposite direction. Having done that, what we now do is we take the base length on our compass from here to here, and I simply mark it up along the side like this. There's one, come over to the opposite side, there's the other. Now, technically, once I had it marked on one side, I didn't need to mark it on the other because they should be in line with each other if I was to do a horizontal line across, like that. Okay, now what I want to do is, to complete the hexagon, I'm now going to go up at a 60-degree angle from this point here. And once again, rotate your set square. And from this point right here, we're going to do another 60-degree angle. Okay, same principle will apply now. I take the base length from down here, put it on this edge right here, this point here, mark it there. I could mark it at the opposite side, but because it's a horizontal line here at the top, that's my hexagon completed. Okay, another shortcut you could have taken was, once you had drawn the 60-degree line, from this point right down here, I could have just done a vertical line up. That will also give you the same results. Okay, so now that I have that done, just really quickly, I'm going to heavy in that detail. Just using my marker here to go over my construction lines. Obviously, on the day of an exam, all you'll be using is a heavier pencil. And there we have it. That's how you complete a hexagon when the base is sitting flat. Now, there is another way to draw a hexagon, and sometimes the base won't always be flat like it is here. Sometimes it'll actually be sitting or resting on its point. Okay, so it's like taking this guy and it's tilted over, okay, and it's resting on its point. So if we take the point as being somewhere about here, okay, right there, how do we draw it then? Well, when it's resting on its point, all that's going to happen is we're going to draw it actually, funnily enough, at a 30-degree angle. Okay, I'll explain where the 60 comes in, but we start with 30 degrees. So we're going to go 30 degrees this way. We're going to rotate our set square over, and we're going to do 30 degrees the opposite way. Like that. Now, in this case, I'll actually make it the exact same length. The same length that I had over here. I'm going to stick with that, the 46 that I had on my compass. So from here, I'm now going to go the same length here and here. Okay, that is the two sides of my hexagon. Now, what direction do I go now? What I'm going to do now is going vertical. So from here, I'm going to go up in a vertical direction, and likewise from this side over here. Having done two vertical lines, I'm now going to mark those up with my compass. There's that one done. I do not need to do it on this side. I can simply project a line over like that, or just mark it there. Okay, now that I've got four sides, all I'm going to do here at the top is go at 30 degrees and 30 degrees. And where those lines intersect one another will give me the top point. Flip it over, 30 degrees. As you can see, we have now drawn our hexagon when it's sitting on its point. Okay, just go into a little bit of detail on that there now in a second. Just going to heavy in what's important here. So there you have it, folks. There's two hexagons drawn, one when it's sitting on its point, and one down here on the left hand side when it's resting on its base. When it's on its base, the angle will be 60 degrees. When it's on its point, the angle will be 30. Now, it's still a 60 degree angle over here, and I'll just quickly explain how. Where we get the 60 degrees is when we divide 360 divided by the number of sides. So if I was to do, really quickly here, 360 divided by 6, that equals 60 degrees. What that 60 degrees adds up to is the exterior angle of a hexagon. So if I was to just do a little line out here, like that, that angle inside there, that angle in there would be 60 degrees. That angle from there to there. Now, the 60 degrees is still over here. It's just a case of it's when it's extended from the side. So even though over here, I was using my set square at this angle here at 30 degrees, if I was to extend this side out like this, just like that there, and the angle in here now, what is that angle? That is 60 degrees. Okay, because it's the angle that is extended from the side, and that gives you the exterior angle. Okay, the interior would be the angle inside here. In this case, it would be 120. But what we really need to know is how to draw it. So 60 degrees when it's resting on its base, and at 30 degrees when it's resting on its point. Okay, there you have it, guys. That is 2 ways to draw a hexagon. Hope you found that helpful.